not that hard also. I can teach you how to make a website. Our referrals started rolling in from those clients, and that's how it's going right now. To join a startup uh, that has a good work environment, work culture.
Hey everybody, how are you guys doing? And today we have a very special guest, and I hope that you're loving the podcast that we're putting out, and we're trying to create awesome content around podcast design and everything. And let me know in the comments what you guys think of these podcasts, and in case you want any special guests on the podcast. But today we have Ajay with us from Bluelearn, and we're going to talk about a lot of things from his journey, his college experience, and designing with Bluelearn and everything around it. Hey Ajay, let me get you on the screen. Hey Ajay, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good, Abhay. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, man. I'm doing awesome. I think let's just get the ball going, and I just want to start with your introduction for the people out there, and then we can take it from there.
Yeah, definitely. Let's keep the introduction short. You all know I'm Ajay Pawriya. I'm currently a product designer at Bluelearn, and right now it's very amazing times. We are experimenting with really fast. We are expanding a lot. Other than that, talking about me, right now I am trying to build my personal brand on LinkedIn as well, trying to help beginners get into UX design, trying to um, check out other domains as well. I'm trying freelancing. I'm trying some online mentorship as well. So that's about me. And yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Let's just kickstart here. I saw that you kind of went to DU, and again the that perception of getting into DU with high marks and everything around it, and then choosing commerce and everything. So how did you ever thought of choosing kind of commerce, or like it was just like I was in commerce and I just want to do it? Or ever like design came into your mind at that time?
Definitely not. Commerce, I had that I would be choosing commerce. I still have interest in commerce. It's not like I have abandoned it. I've always been interested in the commerce or business side of things. But the interest in design definitely picked up. It overtook, I would say, commerce. That's why I'm in design field right now. But commerce has always been close to me, even though I'm not using it as much, like very minutely. I'm using it in my real life, maybe in some investing, maybe in some personal text filing and stuff. Uh, some crazy business ideas of my own, some side hustle. But other than that, commerce is still a part of my life. Design is just a bigger, you can say, half of it.
Awesome, yeah. Then how did DU then came across, and like how was your experience in DU, and how it kind of it shaped to design?
DU, I won't lie, it was kind of overrated for, in my opinion. Before I got into DU, I was in 11th, 12th class. It was so hyped up that you have to get a lot of marks to get into DU. You have to work very hard to get into DU. Definitely, that's the case when you want to get into the North campus or South campus. I personally was in off campus college. Those who don't know what is North Campus, South Campus, Off Campus, it literally means tier one, tier two, tier three. So I was in tier three college, but in my personal opinion, I don't think it really much of had an impact or difference on me. Um, since I was a COVID batch, I could do nothing better with the whole Corona thing going on and lockdown. It was just normal for me. No, nothing major in DU. I mostly spent at my home.
Okay, then how did kind of design came across you?
Oh, that's a whole another story. Like, and I always get excited whenever I share this story. There was a friend of mine who had his own WordPress website. He had his own YouTube channel, and at that moment, I didn't know a single thing about what websites are and how easy is it to make them or how hard is it to make them. And when I got to know that he has a website of his own, he had a blog website, I was completely shocked. I was like, "Damn, you! How come you have a website?" I only thought that Bill Gates, Ambani, or Google or Airbnb, these kind of companies would have websites. How come do you have a website? So he was like, "It's not that hard. Also, I can teach you how to make a website, but in return, you have to get me some subscribers for my YouTube channel." That was kind of a deal that we made. So I got him some subscribers. He told me he gave me a 2 hour workshop or 3 hour workshop in how to set up a website in WordPress, and that's how I got started from WordPress websites, then blogs. I tried multiple things. I tried affiliate marketing. I tried drop shipping. I tried um, digital marketing, multiple things, and then eventually I landed onto UI design and then UX design.
Awesome, man. And at what like kind of stage were you in college? Like, was it third year, second year?
It was first year only. Thankfully, it was first
Oh,
year only.
nice.
Otherwise, if it had been third year, I would have wasted my entire lockdown wandering around here and there. I got exposed to it in my first year only, so I could utilize my second year, that was lockdown, in refining the skills.
Awesome, yeah. And then how did you kind of came across the learning curve? Because even though people say like designing is there and the learning curve is not as big, but I feel it's very integrate. You have to kind of go into deep things to kind of learn those features and learn those theories and everything around it. How did your learning curve kind of went across?
Yeah, as much as I encourage others to be self-taught designer or any kind of self-taught profession, it definitely comes with a lot of, you can say, other assumptions or other side points as well that you have to keep in mind. Being self-taught designer, self-taught coder or engineer, it definitely takes a lot of discipline and your own desire to be one. I'm not saying that I had a lot of it, but I just happened to be um, uh, happened to be lucky that Corona hit and I had enough time on my hands while laying down in my bed at my home, and that's how it worked. Learning curve, mein, I would say. Uh, I did not really go that deep into all of the things that I initially started off with. Like I mentioned, I started off with digital marketing. I tried my hands in affiliate marketing and drop shipping and all that stuff as well. I was kind of doing hit and try method to see which ones I'm more interested in, which ones do seem more in line with what I'm passionate about. And then when I got to know about UI design, website design, that's when I was like, okay, this kind of strikes me. Let's deep down into it, and that's how the rabbit hole kind of thing came in, and I just went into it.
And
Uh,
was the main source just YouTube or some other like Udemy or some other courses? What?
Mm, in the initial stages, definitely it was YouTube. But in the later stages, I figured it would be a great good investment to invest in yourself, invest in some good courses. And in nowadays, I don't hesitate in investing other things also. Like it could be meetups, it could be workshops, it could be tools specifically, anything that can help me get my work done or that can help me upskill. I don't hesitate right now, but in the initial stages, I think it was a good decision of mine to just go through the free ways, that is YouTube, articles, blogs. Those worked the best for me in the initial days.
And I think I agree because I feel when you're kind of starting out, you need to even get your base right, and you need to understand if it is something for you or not.
Yes.
While you can definitely kind of spend 1 lakh rupees for a good course in India for design, but the issue is later on you might be understanding that this is not for you. So I
Mhm.
agree that kind of getting into starting with YouTube or free resources kind of gives a good base to understand if it is something that I really want that a person really wants to do or not. It's
Yes.
awesome, yeah. And kind of you started learning and did mentorship kind of played any role? Like, did you ask people who are in this field kind of how they're doing and stuff?
Um, It was kind of funny for me. 4 months down the line, when I was getting into UX design, I thought let's try ADP list. Let's get on a call with a senior UX designer to see how I can work with how can I can deep down into this field, how I can upskill myself. I got on a call with her. She was a good lady, pretty senior. She had, I think, 6 7 years of experience. And then we got on a call. I asked her like, can you tell me like if UX design is a good field for me? Can you tell me the direction I should be moving in? After 15 20 minutes, she gave me some good criticism, good constructive criticism, I would say. she said ki like okay, you have a good hold of it, but you can like you can keep the conversation going on, but in the longer run I think you lack the passion for it, you lack the kind of fire for it. Then it kept me thinking ki, okay, but maybe what she's saying is right. Let me try to explore more. I got on a call with different other mentors as well. Kind of, hopefully or thankfully, I can say they responded in a positive manner. They were like, "Yeah, you have thoda sa, um, a good direction. You have you can hold a conversation in UX design. Maybe you should be going forward with it." And that kept me going. Thankfully, I did not stop then. Otherwise, it would have been a different day today.
Awesome, yeah, awesome to see that that learning and mentorship kind of play. I have heard from everyone who kind of has came on the podcast that mentorship is an important part in their journey. And I feel while you would not have gotten like resources to kind of learn from or something like that, but I think that just getting that validation that this is something for me, this is something good people are doing, people are earning good chunk of money in here. I think that's just the validation you
Hmm.
need to kind of kickstart, and that's really awesome to hear that. Awesome to see that, yeah. And kind of that learning curve, kind of obviously learning curve is still there. I'm assuming because learning never stops, and that's the whole thing. But how then you kind of came across your first ever gig in design?
Sorry, come again. I couldn't hear you.
How could you how kind of you came across your first ever design job or design freelance work?
Okay, yeah. So my first project, no project, my first opportunity was an internship. It was in an IT agency sort of internship. Um, it, I would say, I definitely would say I got lucky with it. I did not have a very good portfolio. When I look at my old portfolio, I am ashamed of it. I got lucky. I was able to answer their questions. I got on a call, got an interview call with one of the recruiters over there, and uh, they seemed to be kind of how would I say, less confident in me in hiring me than to convince them that okay, I could be a good candidate for their role. I showed them my entire calendar. I had a whiteboard where I had my whole schedule written down. I pointed my camera towards it, showed them okay, yeah, like I am sort of punctual towards these things, towards upskilling and all that. I think that's what got them some confidence in me, and that's how I got my first internship. And in the end, it was a 6 month internship. It definitely was underpaid, definitely was overworked. Like, I definitely got overworked. I even had a burnout session in that internship, but in the end, it definitely worked out. I am totally proud that I completed that. The learnings I got from that are immense. Definitely, I got a lot out of that.
Amazing, yeah. But I just have a quick question here because I definitely feel as tech or engineering, what I will say, kind of evolved. We have seen this that uh, as kind of this evolves, the quality of people getting hired becomes a large, and even now we are seeing in the design firms like even hiring an intern that mark to kind of get an intern, that level of skills that we need in an intern has got way higher than before.
Mhm.
That's why I have a quick question here because you said that you feel that your portfolio was not enough to get hired at that point, and still that firm kind of gave you a chance. Do you think a person should take a chance at a firm like that where he knows he will be overworked, but that's the only thing that he can get? A person should do that. A person should either kind of go into the path of for a few months he should upskill and figure it out.
Hmm. Really good question. If I think very deep down in it, uh, it could be subjective. Like, answer could be subjective. For me personally, if I were to say for my own self, my own younger self, I would definitely say go for it, because I know the benefits that I got out of that internship, where I had to overwork, where I had to be underpaid. But in general, if I hadn't known about the benefits, if I couldn't convince anybody of those benefits, I would not recommend them to go for it. I would rather suggest them to spend some time on themselves, maybe like a 3 or 4 months upskilling, maybe prepare a good portfolio, improve their communication skills, and then go for it. But then personal matters, personal situations also come into play. If they have some responsibilities on them, you can't really expect them uh, to wait 3 or 4 months to get into a job or internship. So those also play get into the factors. But if I had to tell it to my younger self, I would definitely say go for it. Definitely there will be downs, but the positive sides are much more than that.
Amazing, yeah. Awesome that I think later on I just want to get down with your journey. I think after your that job that internship that you did, I think you started doing freelance, right?
Yeah.
So how did that projects came across? Was that word of mouth, friends, or how?
Um, this can be great learning for those who are beginner into the field, and properly if they do follow this rigorously. This can be great learning. So um, it worked for me like by chance. I did not know it, but it could be a great learning for others. So what happened was I was kind of very excited about my first internship. So since I was overworking my hours, since I was excited about it. I would get onto my laptop at 8 a.m. and get off of it by like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. So the learnings were compound. They were accumulating every single day. I would learn one new feature today, two new things tomorrow. So that got a good amount of confidence from my employers towards me. Like my seniors, they had a good amount of confidence in me. Okay, this guy is a good learner. This guy is kind of passionate about his thing. So maybe we can work with this. So after the internship ended, they some of them contacted me. Two or three of my previous employers contacted me, seniors. Okay, see, I have a friend who is trying to start up and he needs a website redesigned or he needs some of his work done. And since I have worked with you, I have confidence in you. I have seen your work and you have been pretty great at it. So would you be open to take up some work? And I was like, yeah, definitely. Let's try out our hands in freelancing. It's a new domain. Why not? And hope that was my good point. That's where snowball effect came in. Then the referrals started rolling in from those clients, and that's how it's going right now.
Oh, amazing, amazing. And how did you kind of came across Bluelearn? Why did you decide to join it?
You learn.
Yeah.
Um, Most of our team has joined Bluelearn through Harish's YouTube channel. Like everyone came onto Bluelearn because they saw Harish's YouTube videos and they were like, this guy is building something cool. Let's give him a hand in it and let's see what he's building, or let's be a part of his entire motive that he's trying to do to educate young students or to upskill those young students. But I did not want to go the normal way. They had a Discord community. They had some roles open out in LinkedIn, in Internshala, and those places. I was like, let's try some new way. I watched some cold emailing videos of Ankur Wariku, of other YouTubers as well. And then I crafted the best email of my life. I put my all my knowledge into writing that cold email, and thankfully they read that, and that's how we went ahead with that. Initially I joined as an intern, and then slowly and gradually I joined the internal product team, and now I am kind of a founding designer, the core team designer at least, working over here trying to build products.
Amazing, yeah, amazing to see that. Awesome, awesome, man. I think that's a lot of great learning, and I really have one thing. How's your work at Blue Learn, and like what do you feel like freelance? Would you suggest people to kind of go down the route of freelance or like joining a startup or a firm?
Again, it comes to personal preference. Right now, a lot of startups, as I have noticed, they promise good and work culture definitely, because there are of course startups, mostly Gen Z startups like Zepto, Dunzo, or multiple other ones. So if you wanna upskill while being with others, then of course joining a startup would be really good. You can learn from others. You can see how they are doing their job. not only from designers, see from other product managers, see developers, and that could be a great learning curve for you. Like you learn a lot. But if you are more of a solo learner, you are more of a independent learner who doesn't like to communicate with others or like build that much good of a network with others. So freelancing could be a good way to do your own work. Just get into freelancing, try it out your own, and accordingly learn on the way. But I would personally suggest others to join a startup uh, that has a good work environment, work culture.
Amazing, man, amazing. I think your journey has been amazing. You have learned such amazing things. Your experiences have been amazing, and I really love the part where you said that people kind of believed in you, and you believed in yourself, obviously, and that's what people kind of put their faith in, and that's how you got hired, and that's how you have grown so far in your career. Amazing to see that, Dad. I really want to dive into fun part of the podcast, which is a rapid fire round. So I will just throw in a question. You can tell me what's your answer. Cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. What's your go-to font?
Abhi, right now it's Inter.
Oh, amazing. Describe your design style in 3 words.
Um, Vibrant, colorful, neon.
Neon. Interesting. Do you like neon, or like is it something that's
I like colors, so and neon is the only design that has a lot of colors in it. It
oh
just
amazing? Uh, what design trend are you loving right now?
glass morphism. I think it's outdated right now.
Hmm,
It was last year, but I'm still in love with glass morphism.
amazing. What design trend do you think is overrated?
Brutalism, neo brutalism. I think initially it was neomorphism, but right
Hmm,
now I'm hating neo brutalism for some reason.
no issues. What's okay? Okay, let's just ask this one. Okay, what was okay? If you could redesign any brand's logo, which one would it be?
One second, there is an internet issue, I think.
No issues. I think you joined
Yeah.
back.
No, no, I think it's working. Can you repeat the last question?
Yeah, the question was if you could redesign any brand's logo, which one would it be?
Oh, damn, it's very difficult. I think Microsoft maybe. I think it's very outdated. They have not updated it in a very long time.
Agreed, agreed. I think I agree. I think they still can do it, but it also depends. I think they have built their brand trust, so it's been a super long time. I don't know. Business wise, it's good, but for
Yeah,
sure, designer wise, I think there are good improvements.
yeah, we
Awesome,
have.
man. I think they're almost in the last segments of the podcast. So what's the next question is generally, what's next for Ajay? Like you have been through an awesome journey so far in your life. You have learned so much new. So what's next in your journey?
So I have my own goals for this year and hopefully the first half of next year also. I am planning to go full on execution mode. I am planning to put out as many MVP project ideas as I can. I get a lot of ideas in my bathroom, some startup ideas, some cool small ideas. So I am planning to get those out of my head by building a small MVP for them and just putting them on the internet so others can use those. So this year and the first half of next year is all about um, putting the execution on front line. And other than that, of course, content creation is on the forefront as well, especially LinkedIn.
Amazing, amazing, man. Amazing to hear that. I think that we are at the end of the podcast, and that's. I just have a last question that I ask every guest out there. So, what one piece of advice you could give to the people who are listening to this podcast, the budding designers who will be listening to this podcast? What one piece of advice would you give them?
Um, I would quote Anudeep Nagari. I think everyone would know him. He says, be a student for life," and that is the advice that I have been giving to everyone else as well. Being a student for life is it's just 4 words. I think 3 or 4 words, but the meaning behind it is definitely very deep. If you properly religiously practice it, it can be great thing. Just improve yourself 1% every day. You don't have to do much. Just learn auto layout one day. Of course, it won't be done in one day. At least learn padding, margins. At least learn naming conventions. At least learn tokenization in one day. So over that time, it will really show in your quality of work that you are doing. So yeah, 1% every day, be a student for life. Never stop learning.
Amazing, man. Amazing. I think the podcast was really awesome, and I think people would have gotten amazing kind of insights from your journey. Thanks a lot for coming in, Ajay. Thanks a lot for sharing your knowledge, yaar. I think it went really awesome, and thanks a lot for everyone who was listening out there to kind of being till the end, kind of listening to his journey, which has been really awesome. And I hope you guys to see you in the next one. Thanks, Ajay, for coming in, and see you guys in the next one.
Till then, thanks.